Okay. All right, let's keep going. Are you guys okay? Want me to talk faster? I can talk faster. Should I talk slower? No? Are we okay? Are you getting what you need? If you aren't getting what you need, tell me, and we'll get you what you need. Okay, good. All right. Now, accountable. You're going to need paper for this. Here's the thing with accountability. So we want to get more motivation alignment. We want to get more influence. We're going to get to influence in a sec. Right now, we're really going to focus on the accountability and sense of urgency and the motivation and alignment and getting staff out of their way. Okay, so that's kind of the guys who wanted that. This is where we're going. What does accountability mean to you? How do you know when people are being accountable? What's your proof point? Just to shout out a couple of things. When you know someone's being accountable, how does it show up for you? What's the evidence that they're being accountable? Meet deadlines. Meet deadlines, thank you.
Anticipate problems.
Anticipate problems, yay.
Own the result.
Sorry?
Own the result.
Own the result. Okay. How many of you guys have accountability structures in your company where people know exactly what they're supposed to do, exactly when, exactly how that's impacting the corporate initiatives, what they get, what treat they get when they deliver, and what consequence they suffer when they don't? Okay, yeah, a few. All right, so here's what we find works great. I don't like goals because goals are sort of binary. You know, we achieve them when we feel great. We don't achieve them when we feel lousy. What we find works great are what we call needle movers. Needle movers are the only 3 things that you're going to do. Back to focus. You can't do everything. It'll make you crazy, and also it won't change anything. What are the 3 most important things you need to do this year? Shout a few out. Is it hit a certain revenue level? Is that a big one? Yeah? Is it launch a new product or service? Is it evolve your people to the next level? Is it hire some new people? It's generally people, money, or model related. It's generally get 3 new strategic partners, you know, in these particular areas, do X million in revenue, or close sales faster by 50%, you know, or increase net income. One of our clients just brought us on and they said, your whole goal is to take us from 16 grand net income per employee, 16 grand net income per employee annually, to 60 grand net income per employee annually. And I said, well, it's going to take longer than a year. So luckily he understood that. But meanwhile, back on Earth, what are the what are the 3 things that are going to really move the needle for you? So first, there's the target. So let's just say that you want, I don't know, 25 million in revenue this year, okay? There's the minimum. Okay, if we do 22.5, we're not going to be totally depressed. We aren't going to be thrilled and dancing on the tables, but you know, 22.5, the world's not going to end. Now, here's the mind blower. The mind blower maybe is, you know, 30 million. So you have 3 needle movers per year. You have 3, right? You have 1 target minimum mind blower for each. 1 target min mind blower for each needle mover. You lay them out at the corporate level. You then lay them out at the departmental level. So here's what the departments need to do in order to get that result. And then here's what the individuals need to do in order to get that result. When we have really clear needle movers and people know what the company needs to do this year, how their department is going to contribute this year, and how they individually are going to contribute to their department, we get much greater alignment. We get much greater sense of urgency because every single month they know what they need to do this particular week. Maybe if this, I'm just going to show you an example. That works better. I'll show you a picture. Okay, not abundantly clear, but this is a VP of sales, okay? Here's what he completed last week. This is his weekly status so that we're really clear on his needle movers. His needle movers for the month, current needle movers, are monthly revenue of 750, monthly gross margin of 8%, rep quotas, sales process, and training dates set. He wants them set by 10/20. The mind blower would be 10/15. Okay, so here's, in this, do I have a laser pointer on this? Is there a laser pointer on this? Oh, okay, that was a bad thing. Okay, can you figure it out? Okay, so first we look at what are our targets for the particular month. Then we look at what do I need to achieve this week to get to that target. Then we're looking at, okay, what did I say I was going to do last month, and did I deliver on last month's results? When we have accountability structures like this, setting them up takes a teeny bit of time, but then you are rocking and rolling. Then we can set up rewards and consequences. If we don't achieve these particular results this month, here's what happens. It can be a point-based system. I get negative points. For every target I hit, I get positive points. For every mind blower, I get double points. Whatever your incentive system is. And what we find repeatedly is a career path and public recognition. Hands down on motivation. A career path, showing people what their next 2 promotions could be and what they have to do to earn that. So showing them their career path and then public recognition as they have successes, those 2 things will trump money and stock options. Now, if you're in a tricky market and you're fighting for engineers, for instance, the engineers often will go more for the stock options. Okay, that's the one category where we have a little bit of difficulty with this. Okay, career path, huge. Public recognition, huge.
The myth is your laser pointer, the big button.
The big button that says press here. Okay. Oh. Okay, we have a laser pointer that's very dim. Okay, so imagine, if you will, a dot here. Okay, so can you sort of see this? Okay. All right, so then here he is, this first column, for this particular week, he knows he needs to get there. So he's designing his retail sales kit. He's meeting with development to consolidate product lines. Okay? He's meeting with finance regarding days sales outstanding, reducing the collection period. Right? He's doing a strategic planning offsite. He's doing 4 client meetings regarding the next year's orders. His weekly win was he got 2 new clients onboarded. Sounds like a pretty good week based on his goals of increasing revenue, increasing gross margin, and getting his reps up to speed. Come back. What didn't he complete and why? Do you guys want a word template of this? Barbara, will you add this to the list? Okay, we'll send you a soft copy of this. You can just edit it yourself. But what didn't he do and why? He didn't interview sales interns. I'm glad he didn't. Why is the VP of sales interviewing a sales intern? Someone else can do that. That's a low-value activity. No, take it off his plate. Okay? Next. Okay, what are the key projects coming up? He's going to meet with client care to design the CSR upsell, downsell, cross-sell scripts. He's going to meet with inventory to make sure that they have fill rates so that when he sells all this stuff, the inventory will be filled and the orders will stick, right? He is training his new account manager in the sales process. He's got 5 client meetings regarding next year's orders. Okay, he's doing this in October. Smart man. What are his KPIs? What are his reasons to be? That role shouldn't exist if it's not driving revenue, driving gross margin, and increasing rep revenue. This company has the potential to sell 70%. 70% of all their revenue can come from pay-for-performance sales reps. Those guys are very inexpensive. I love channel sales because they're very inexpensive, and once you figure out how to manage, incent, motivate, get emotional equity with pay-for-performance sales reps, it's a very beautiful thing. And it's not rocket science, just most people don't know how to do it well because they don't use neuroscience. Okay? So these guys want to get to that goal where 70% of their revenue is crazy profitable. Right now, their best revenue is 45% margin. They can get to 60% margin, which is pretty phenomenal for a product company, and this is a home furnishings company. So I want us to always be looking at how profitable is our revenue, where are the points of leverage, so we can tweak it. September results. This is important. So in September results, he had 750 as his target. He did 752. His monthly gross margin, he wanted 7.5. He did 8. Okay? And then his new strategic accounts, he wanted 4. He did 4. Let's look at what happened the following month. He didn't up his goals here, right? September, he had 750 for revenue. He kept 750 because he wasn't quite sure if he could keep it going. Here's where it gets interesting. The following month, what happened, first of all, he has nothing that he didn't complete, and why? Because he stopped doing low-value activities. He's now only doing stuff that moves the needle. He's getting back 10 to 15 hours a week because he's not babysitting his staff anymore, and he's not wasting time doing things he shouldn't be doing. Okay? We taught his staff to be more accountable. All right, so here's what's cool. His October results, in this column right here, he did 770 in revenue on a 750 target. So he's getting close to his mind blower of 900. His gross margin was 7.8 on his goal of 8, so he's getting there. He got his rep stuff done in between his target and his minimum. Now, here's what's cool. For the next month, for November, he now upped his target to 800. He was at 750 each month. Now he bumped it up himself. He just increased his quota. He increased his gross margin to 8.25 because he's getting really close, okay? And then he's set new targets here. What I find repeatedly happens when you put people on a program and you help them lay out their target minimum mind blower, understand how all that they do contributes to the corporate goals, you start to get more accountability, but also you start to get more emotional engagement. See, everyone always goes for financial equity. Financial equity is like so 1980s, you know, throw money at it, you know. Emotional equity has more value than financial equity.